Mr. Chadha, appreciate you taking the time out and joining us. What has gone or happened in Goa at the back of that? These are very, very sensational charges that Aam Aadmi Party is laying, where even the Delhi CM tweeted saying Operation Lotus afoot right now in Punjab. Sensational, but unsubstantiated till now, Mr. Chadha.
Well, yes, Operation Lotus has now reached Punjab, its next destination. And certain members, senior members of the BJP, through their power brokers and agents, have got in touch with more than 10 MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab with offers of 25 crore rupees each, promises of ministerial berths as well as chairmanships in the Punjab government. And the mandate is you switch from Aam Aadmi Party to BJP, help us bring down this government, this huge majority in Punjab that the Aam Aadmi Party enjoys. And the deadline that these brokers and these agents have given to the MLAs of Aam Aadmi Party that they had contacted was the 31st of December 2022. So they have come with a precise plan and they wish to execute Operation Lotus. But the difference is, unlike Goa, Aam Aadmi Party MLAs aren't Congress's MLAs. Aam Aadmi Party's MLAs are true and loyal soldiers of Arvind Kejriwal, and they shall never betray the mandate of the people or the trust that's been reposed in him by the party.
Mr. Chadha, at this point of time, there will be many who will ask, where's the proof? Because let's go back to what happened in Delhi. You had Mr. Manish Sisodia, who made again a sensational claim, saying that there were attempts to poach MLAs in Delhi. There was an attempt to even poach him, and that a senior leader had approached him. We never heard who the senior leader was. So you will be asked again, where is the proof?
Well, the MLA group of the Aam Aadmi Party that was contacted by the BJP and, almost they were solicited to switch over, went and met the DGP of Punjab today. They have lodged a formal complaint, and I'm told that a FIR is also being registered on the complaint that's been given by the MLAs. Proper investigation will happen, and I think during the course of the investigation or subsequent to the investigation, all details of who called, how they called, what was the modus operandi, how was money being offered, so on and so forth, will be out in the public domain, and it will be a subject matter of an independent investigation that will take place. In Punjab, we will certainly take it to its logical conclusion. We will defeat all nefarious designs of the BJP to murder democracy in the state of Punjab. And let me tell you, there is a fundamental difference between the Congress and other parties' MLAs and the Aam Aadmi Party's MLAs. Operation Lotus may have been successful in Goa. Operation Lotus may have been successful in Karnataka, in Madhya Pradesh, in Arunachal Pradesh, and in several other states. But Operation Lotus will never be successful in a state where Aam Aadmi Party is in power, where Aam Aadmi Party has MLAs, simply because Aam Aadmi Party's MLAs are made up of a different kind of material, and their loyalty is to the party and to the leader, Mr. Kejriwal.
Why shouldn't you be charged with rhetoric right now, Mr. Chadha? Because the proof of the pudding is in its eating. Till the time there is proof that there were attempts to lure your MLAs on the table in public domain, why should anyone believe you is what the BJP is saying.
Look, all of us today understand the modus operandi of the BJP. One is to offer money, to offer ministerial berths and lure the elected representatives. And those who refuse to get lured by all these, fancy offers are then, taken in by the CBI and the ED. And these agencies of the state are unleashed on those elected representatives. So it's a lethal combo of these allurements and the fear of the agencies. And something similar happened in Delhi when raids were conducted on our deputy chief minister, when cases were registered on our MLAs, our ministers, so on and so forth. So I think Aam Aadmi Party is now fully prepared to deal with this onslaught of the BJP. Well, they have power, they want to misuse their power, they want to abuse the state instrumentality, so be it. We will take it head on, unlike the Congress and unlike other political parties. But this whole thing begs a bigger question. And the question is, where does BJP get all the money from? Let's take the example of Punjab. In Punjab, in order to form a government, you need 60 MLAs. 60 MLAs. And they are offering 25 crore rupees to each of our MLAs. You can imagine the kind of money. We're talking of close to 1700 crore rupees. So if they have this much amount of money to dislodge a state government, imagine the kind of money BJP has. Where is this money coming from? Where is this money parked? How can this money be in such a brazen manner be distributed and MLAs be bought and sold? And where are these so-called independent agencies like CBI and ED? What are they doing? Isn't this a fit case of money laundering? Why aren't they going against these dealers and brokers of the BJP or against the senior leadership of the BJP? I mean, these are big questions, important, pertinent questions that needs to be answered.
Mr. Chadha, you talk about misuse of central agencies, but where the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, misuse of central agencies against you is what you allege is a witch hunt, but the use of central agencies on, say, other political outfits like the Congress is corruption. So you can't have it both ways there. But having said that, I'm going to come back again, and I want to come back to the charge that you're talking about, that there is an attempt to buy out your MLAs in the state of Punjab by giving them 25 crore rupees each. Now, these charges were made, these claims were made in Delhi as well. Why should anybody believe you is the question. Where is the proof? Do you have audio, visual evidence?
So two things. One is I am doing this interview with you from Punjab. I have met all the MLAs. I've met my finance minister also who did the press conference today, and I can tell you there is ample evidence that we have, including audio and video recordings. The details, the evidences, the contact details of the people who contacted, how were they contacted, etc. all will be given to the Punjab police, and let the police conduct an independent investigation. We are not here to answer questions raised by the BJP. We are not answerable to the BJP or accountable to the BJP in any manner, number one. Number two, as far as this question regarding proof is concerned, you got the proof early in the morning in the state of Goa. You have seen the proof in Arunachal Pradesh. You have seen the proof in Assam. You have seen the proof in Karnataka, Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh. The proof is before you. The proof is before the people. And therefore, I say that it is high time BJP gives up this lust for power, which is essentially making them blind and is making them murder democracy every single day.
Mr. Chadha, you say you're not the Congress. The Congress MLAs can be bought out. Well, we don't know if they were bought out, but we've seen a defection of 8 Congress MLAs in Goa, crossing over to the BJP. It was only yesterday that Arvind Kejriwal, while campaigning in Gujarat, made a sensational claim again, where he said that the Congress is finished, it's dead, it's on its deathbed. Do you think it's a little forward, Mr. Chadha, coming at a point of time where the Aam Aadmi Party doesn't even have one Lok Sabha MP?
Congress today is on the verge of death. Congress is over. I think voting for Congress is wasting one's vote. And while people of the Congress party are running a Congress Chodo Abhiyan, their leader is running a Bharat Jodo Abhiyan, and that essentially explains the dichotomy called the Congress that is there before you. I fundamentally believe that Congress doesn't possess what it takes to take on the well-oiled election machine called the Bharatiya Janata Party. If there is one party that can become the national and the natural replacement of the Congress of the current opposition, it is the Aam Aadmi Party. And therefore I say, I see 2024 Lok Sabha as a BJP versus Aam Aadmi Party, as a Modi versus Kejriwal election.
Well, Mr. Chadha, thank you for joining us. We'll only know what the contest in 2024 will look like when we get there. But you say it's going to be a contest between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. But the BJP asks you today to furnish proof if you're going to make a claim that there is an attempt to poach your MLAs in Punjab. You've done it in Delhi before. Till now, at least, there has been no proof in the public domain that there was an attempt made. Having said that, thank you for taking the time out and joining us.